Hey, hey, we are live. Hey, glad that you all could make it. For those of you who are in, those of you all who are going to be in later, hey, I want to appreciate you coming. First of all, very grateful. Thank you for coming. Hey, we got some good information tonight. We're going to talk about, I'm sure many of you all have heard about the recall of the soda over the last week. And I wanted to talk about it actually last Friday, but it just got a little too late. So I figured I'd bring it to you this week. Um, I have been so happy as I get ready to tell you this news. My documentary is actually going to be released probably tonight, maybe tomorrow. I don't know if many of you have seen the trailer to my documentary. It basically goes over my journey from day one of me starting and also leading up to a challenge that I did down in Florida, where we had a lot of people show up for the challenge. And it just really impacts me when I see the quality of it, and when I see actually how my own life personally has changed. It just does something to me. I would have thought that, hey, well, I participated in the documentary, so it's really no big deal. It's just a documentary. But when I saw how it was put together, I mean, it literally, it's amazing. So anyway, hopefully you all will support that. It should be available tomorrow. I believe what we're working on right now is a 15% discount. Trust me, it doesn't cost a lot. A 15% discount for the first 1,000 people who actually download it. So trust me, if you've been on the fence about whether or not you should change after you see the documentary, you will definitely hop on board. It is a life-changing experience from my standpoint, and I know it has affected a lot of other people. So hopefully you'll see that. Enough of me going on about that. Just excited to see that getting ready to roll out. But anyway, let's go ahead and move into what we're going to be talking tonight about. For those of you all who are on Facebook, for those of you all who are on YouTube, and for those of you all who are on Process to Pure Food Movement. Glad that you all are here, and just really just appreciative of you all even showing up and looking, and I'm very grateful. Hey, but anyway, let's talk about this recall. So I got some information for you. I got the name brands of some of the companies. We're going to talk about some of the chemicals that was in it, and then we're going to talk about the health effects. Why we shouldn't even be drinking this stuff anyway. I mean, everybody has a right, of course, to drink soda, and everybody has a right, of course, to drink juice. I'm not downing anybody who does, but there are some facts that you actually really should know about drinking this kind of stuff. It does not, let me say this, it does not benefit the body. I'm going to say it like that. I'm not a doctor. I can't prescribe anything. I can't tell you what to do in reference to your health. All I can do is show you what is going on. And it looks like from Process to Pure Food Movement, you're having some streaming problems, but it looks like it just got back on. But anyway, all I can do is help you and give you the information. You have to dissect that and go back and research it and check it for yourself. But anyway, the FDA has recently recalled 28 different sodas, juices, and other beverages due to the presence of a harmful chemical. Undeclared ingredients. I'm hoping you catch what I just said. Undeclared ingredients. That means ingredients that they did not tell what was in. It's just what it says. Undeclared ingredients and other safety concerns. Okay, so why is this stuff actually being able to come out to people and it's not even been verified? I mean, isn't it, or shouldn't it be that if something is produced and made for us to drink, that somebody should inform us on what is actually being put in the drinks? I mean, should it not be declared what is in it? Should it not be on the cans? and on the bottles of juice what is actually in it. See, this is the type of stuff that apparently they are able to do. And this is the kind of some of the open doors that they are able to have. Some ingredients they don't necessarily have to put on the labels. But anyway, when that happens, these are the types of things that come about. Look, it says some of the notable products included in the recall are Schweppes Zero Sugar Ginger Ale, PepsiCo Mug Root Beer. I don't know if any of you all know that particular brand of root beer. I used to drink that. But the Schweppes was recalled due to the presence of a harmful chemical or harmful chemicals. PepsiCo Mug Root Beer was recalled for an undisclosed harmful substance. So they're not disclosing what the harmful substance is that is causing this stuff to take place. Why is it such a threat to our bodies? And they're undisclosing, what the substance is. Martinelli apple juice contained elevated levels of arsenic, which can increase the risk of bladder and skin cancer. Are y'all hearing? Contains elevated levels. I mean, it's already in there. I mean, it's already put in there for us to consume, but this is just elevated levels. So they've got much more in there than was really supposed to be in there for us to drink. So if you receive something in small quantities that's bad, isn't it bad? I mean, if you receive it in a large quantity and it's bad, and it's a chemical, I mean, it seems like even a small quantity of it is bad. Regardless if I drink 2 gallons of it in 1 week or drink a gallon of it in 1 year, I mean, if it's a bad chemical, if it's not really good, if it's hazardous, should it not be considered hazardous? I don't know. So I don't know what's going on with this. Listen, Fiji water. I just talked to somebody this past week about Fiji. I drink Fiji water, man. That's all I drink. I don't drink anything else, just Fiji water. Okay, well, let's talk about Fiji water. Fiji water found to have 3 types of bacteria and excessive manganese, which can cause brain damage in high amounts. So Fiji water, I mean, trust me, I understand, buying bottled water, but there are plenty of home water filtration systems. We actually have one at home that we use. It's a water filtration system. So if you have these kind of things that are going on in the water that people are producing for you and putting it in the bottles, that should bring some concern and that should bring some alarm to you about what we are actually being given, the control that we actually give people to produce things for us to drink, but it's got things going on with it. I'm just saying. Charles Bagani Company's products include cola flavoring base, pink lemonade, yellow lemonade, and yellow lemonade X, which contained undeclared carcinogenic food dyes. Did y'all hear that? Which contain undeclared carcinogenic food dyes. Now, we know some of these that I'm getting ready to say are already bad dyes, but it's what's in it. Red 40 and yellow number 5 and sulfites. So there are things already being produced that's already in these things that we are drinking. Some of it's just been undeclared. So there's more. Man, so this is why I say it's so important, y'all, that we do not allow other people to make something for us in a lab or in an industry somewhere, and we totally give ourselves up to it like it's really no big deal. We give ourselves over to it and we drink it. We trust people to fix the stuff that we consume, and that just shouldn't be. It really shouldn't be, because we don't know what's being done. Okay, Powerade variants such as Powerade Zero Mixed Berry, Powerade Zero Fruit Punch, and Powerade Mountain Berry Blast. For those of you who all like Powerade, I was a serious Powerade drinker. And, you know, I used to drink the stuff. And so now we're finding out a lot of different things about these products. Various coffee and tea products, including Yogi, Echinacea, Immune Support Tea, and Long Green Reishi coffee for containing harmful or undeclared substances. Undeclared substances, substances that are in there that they didn't declare that was supposed to be in there. That's the stuff that we're drinking. Taking it into our bodies, carcinogenics, some of them, and we don't expect for there to be a long-term, short-term effect on our bodies from these chemicals that are being placed in this stuff. And we're so trusting with our bodies to people who want to profit. It's amazing to me. Anyway, it says the FDA has been under increased pressure to enforce stricter regulations and ensure better transparency and safety in the beverage industry. And this is from the FDA recall beverage for containing harmful, this is from Cape Crystal Brands. So you can go back and find these articles that I pulled up. I've got the sources from it. Okay, let's talk about the chemicals that are in some of these things that have been recalled. Okay, so the recent FDA recalls of 28 sodas, juices, and other beverages involved in various harmful chemicals and substances and undeclared ingredients. Here are some specific details. Arsenic. Arsenic found in Martelli apple juice. Arsenic is a toxic metal that can increase the risk of bladder and skin cancer. Okay, so now, I don't know if many of you all know this, but apple seeds have a small amount of arsenic in them, but it's so minute, it's natural for it. You know, small amounts of it. It's made naturally from an apple, eating the apple seed. So when you eat the apple seeds of apple, I mean, there's not enough in there to really affect you. It's a natural process within an apple in the seed. So, but what they have found in this is arsenic is actually in the juice. Okay, bacteria and manganese. So when we were talking about the Fiji water, it says Fiji water contained 3 types of bacteria and high levels of manganese. Now, manganese itself isn't necessarily a bad mineral. It says excessive manganese can cause brain damage. Okay, so excessive manganese can cause brain damage. Well, how are they getting excessive manganese? I mean, that would just be a question that I have. How are they getting the excessive manganese? Okay, undeclared carcinogenic food dyes. This is a big one right here. If you have children, you need to go and do some research on food dyes and the effects of children. Some people believe their children are ADHD. Some of it has to do with the dyes that we are giving our children. Okay, so go back and research that. That's great information for you to look up and research why our children are so off the hook sometimes. They are off the hook sometimes because what we are allowing them to eat that we don't produce, what somebody else produces for them. You know, your cereal, you know, your little O's with different colors, different fruity flavors. Those have those colors in there. You have to go check and see what we are feeding our children. Okay, so red 40 and yellow 5 found in Charles Bagani company's pink lemonade, yellow lemonade X, and cola flavoring base. These dyes contain benzodiazepine, which is a carcinogenic to humans and animals. Benzodiazepine. Okay, so here we are, we're drinking dyes when we're drinking our coloring from our unnatural juices. We're drinking coloring from our unnatural sodas. And we're taking this stuff into our bodies. And what's worse is we are feeding it to our children. Okay, undeclared sulfites found in the cola flavoring base. Sulfites can cause allergic reaction, okay, digestive issues, and asthma attacks in sensitive individuals. Okay, causes allergic reactions. All right, undeclared anti-inflammatory medications. No, you can't make this up, y'all. You can't make it up. Undeclared anti-inflammatory medications have been found in these drinks. Himalayan pain relief. Tea contained an anti-inflammatory medication that was not listed on the label. Okay, now if it's anti-inflammatory and it's natural, hey, that's awesome. That's what you want, is anti-inflammatory. You want that. But if it's a chemical process that they've done and it's undeclared, see, that's a different story. What I'm getting from this is a more of a chemical base than it is a natural base. Himalayan pain relief tea contained on an anti-inflammatory medication that was not listed on the label. Okay, so if it's natural, it's okay to consume, but if it's not natural, but who knows? Nobody's telling us. Chemical contaminants. Kraft Heinz Capri Sun Wild Cherry. I used to feed that to my children when they were younger. Used to buy boxes of it when I had a transportation company and we were hauling. I would take my family with me, and these are some of the things that we took and stuck in our refrigerator or our cooler. And, you know, I gave this to my children. So I'm not pointing fingers or saying you're a bad parent. No, that's not what I'm saying. I did the same thing. But at that time, I was allowing people to feed my children what they were eating. Okay, flavored juice drink blend was recalled due to contamination with a diluted cleansing solution used in the production line. So the production line cleaning solution somehow got mixed in with it. All right. So, I mean, let's think about some of these things. This is from an article. The FDA recalls 28 beverages for containing harmful chemicals, Cape Crystal brands. If you look that up, you will find that particular article talking about it. All right. Now, let's look at the harmful effects of soda. And I'm sure we know these things. I'm sure you've heard me talk about it enough that we know that they are actually harmful. Let's see, the doctor just told me I'm low on B12 after eating fruits for 12 days. B12. Hey, listen, those are things that you're going to have to find a way to take that in to your cells naturally, like vitamin D. Those are things naturally, you like going out and standing in the sun and having your body to break those things down. So I would say if you feel uncomfortable with that and maybe you're not getting a variety of different greens and things of that nature, find yourself a good quality. And let me say that again. Find yourself a good quality B12, because that's one of those that you do have to bring into your body. Your body doesn't necessarily produce that. So find yourself a good quality, because if you don't, you're throwing your money away and you're just going to be urinating it out in the toilet, okay? Because they mix so many things in with those vitamins, they're useless. Basically, they're useless. So find yourself a good brand. If you would eat leafy greens along, like I said, yeah, I call myself a fruitarian. I eat mostly fruits, but I also eat leafy greens. I eat vegetables. I eat whole vegetables. You're going to find that you'll get those minerals that you're lacking, because a lot of times we're only eating certain kinds of fruit, okay? So let me show you how this works. When you go to the grocery store and all you're eating is like 5 different kind of fruits, you're not going to get all the minerals that you need. If you live in a small town like me, and you don't have access to gobs of produce, to gobs of fruit, you're going to be lacking in things, okay? If you live in a tropical area where you can get all kinds of fruits, you're going to get your B12. But considering that most of us don't have access to those kind of fruits, you're going to need to eat vegetables. You're going to need to eat leafy greens. You're going to need to eat kale and things like that to get those minerals that you may not otherwise get from your common bananas, watermelon, apple, orange, those kind of things. I mean, the mangoes where I'm at, they don't really taste good. When I went to Florida, the mangoes were awesome. But they're not too good up this way. If you buy 5 of them, 4 of them may be brown inside. So I quit wasting my money on those kind of things. But again, your area where you live, you may have some pretty good things. So just keep getting those things checked. If your doctor's checking for your B12, and which is really good. It's good to do that because what you're lacking, you need to go and research what fruits and what vegetables are going to give you that B12. All right. So hopefully that helps you. So tropical fruit has B12. Oh, there's fruits that have B12. You just have to look for them. You have to look those kind of fruits up. So for instance, like an area where I'm at, I have the normal, everyday, run-of-the-mill fruit. Okay? Yeah, I've got my apples, oranges, bananas, pineapples. What I have here? I have watermelon here now, grapes, strawberries, blueberries, cherries just come in here where I'm at. So, you have avocados. So you have those kinds of fruits, but those are going to be your basics that you always have in your area. But if you were able to get tropical fruits from different areas, you're going to be able to find plenty of nutrients. Doubt that you will be lacking in any vitamins whatsoever. It's just our variety kind of stinks. I mean, that's basically where it comes from. I don't think Adam and Eve had a vitamin B12 deficiency where they were. I just don't think that they had that. At least it doesn't mention that. I think they were a perfect creation until they failed. So you just have to think about those kind of things. But again, I do leafy greens. I do salads and stuff like that to get all of my vitamins and minerals. It's really tough on you if you only eat. I'm a mono eater also. Like I like to eat watermelon. I can go a whole week just eating watermelon by itself. But I know that watermelon doesn't have necessarily all of my vitamins and all of my minerals in it. It has a lot. I mean, loaded, full of it. But it doesn't have everything in it. So every now and then you're going to need to put some stuff into your body that you know that you're going to be lacking in. So I hope that helps you out. I really do. Okay, so let's talk about consuming soda can have several harmful effects on health due to its high sugar content. We're always talking about that. Acidity, for sure, and presence of artificial ingredients. What are artificial ingredients? Artificial ingredients are things that are not natural. So let me clarify that. Now they have natural flavorings on it. And it really may be natural. But if you're eating some kind of jelly bean and it's red and it's shiny, you may be eating carbonyl wax. That comes from a bug. Literally, it comes from a bug. So we're eating waxes, these things that make our food shine, but they come from bugs. But it's still considered a natural flavor. Why? Because a bug is a natural thing. So they're extracting things from insects, from animals, and they're calling it natural. We ordinarily would not eat it, but because we're so trusting with our health and we're so trusting that an industrial food manufacturing place would sell that to us, we're so trusting that we'll go ahead and buy it and we'll eat it. And little do we know we've been eating wax from a beetle on our candies or on our foods. Yeah, I mean, it's sad here. Go research it and look it up. Once again, I'm not a doctor. I can't tell you or prescribe none of that stuff. All I can do is tell you research from what I've seen and what I've found, and you can clearly go look up for yourself. Go look those things up and you'll find that those things are what we are putting in our body. I'm not quite sure that the Bible would tell us that that would be okay to eat. I don't think you're going to find a beetle being okay or any derivative of that beetle to be okay to eat. All right? So, I mean, we just got to think about those particular things. Okay, so here are some of the key negative impacts. And pay attention to these because some of these is why we can't lose weight. Some of these is why we can't leave some of this stuff alone. Okay, so let's take a look. Weight gain and obesity. Soda is high in calories and sugars, contributing to weight gain and obesity. Regular consumption of sugary beverages is linked to increased body fat and obesity in both children and adults. Parents, let's do a better job at what we give our children because it is causing them to be obese. When I see little children who are obese, number one, I think that it's sad that they are obese, but it's also because it's because of what the family, the parents are feeding the child. And they're not regulating the child when it comes to the food. All right, here's another one, y'all. This is from soda, sugary drinks, like the juice that they make. It's not all natural. It's not raw juice. It's part juice. Okay, type 2 diabetes. Frequent consumption of sugary drinks is associated with an increased risk of developing type 2 diabetes. The high sugar content leads to insulin resistance, meaning you keep putting it in your blood and you're getting ready to start to build an insulin resistance because you've been drinking so much sugar. A major factor in the development of diabetes, insulin resistance. Okay, here's another one. Dental problems. The acidity and sugar in soda can cause tooth decay and erosion. The acid erodes the enamel, making teeth more susceptible to cavities. We have to be very careful what we are doing. That's why many of us have to go get our teeth pulled. Hey, I'm missing some in the backs of mine. Many of us have to go to dentures pretty early because of those types of things. So we really have to watch what we're putting in our mouth. Here's an important one, especially for when you get older. Bone health. Phosphoric acid in soda can interfere with calcium absorption, potentially leading to weaker bones and increased risk of osteoporosis. We get a lot of older people who fall and they break their hip. Just the way that it goes. Fall and break their hip, and then it's because they have osteoporosis in their hips. Their bones are becoming more brittle. They're not strong enough to absorb that fall. They're actually shattering and they're cracking. So, I mean, that's huge. Let's go to another one. Heart disease. High sugar intake from soda is linked to a higher risk of heart disease. It can lead to increased risk and increased blood pressure, higher triglyceride levels, and inflammation. There we go. That itis again. Remember, itis means inflammation. Arthritis, of all which are risk factors for cardiovascular disease. Man, we're just consuming this stuff by the liters. I mean, I remember I used to sit down, I could drink a whole 2 liter. And don't forget they had those big 3 liters. Man, I could knock one of those out in a day. I could start on it in the morning, in the evening time. That 3 liter is gone. All right, liver damage. High fructose corn syrup in sodas can lead to non-alcoholic fatty liver disease as it promotes fat accumulation in the liver. High fructose corn syrup, y'all. This is what they're changing everything to. Cane sugar, it's hard to find that ingredient in stuff now. Cane sugar is going out the window. High fructose corn syrup, corn. Those big fields that you see of acres upon acres upon acres and upon acres of corn. That's where you're getting your sugar from now. Kidney health. Soda consumption is associated with an increased risk of kidney stones and chronic kidney disease. Y'all, come on. Let's lay off of these sodas. Let's lay off of these sugary drinks, y'all. They are killing us. Soda consumption in kidneys, consumption is associated with increased risk of kidney stones and chronic kidney disease. The high levels of phosphoric acid can affect kidney function. I mean, look at the dialysis centers popping up all over the place. I've got one that's probably 500 yards from my house. All I could do is just drive up the street, and there it is every morning at 5 o'clock. They're late. They're loaded. Early in the morning, people going and having dialysis done. So it's more and more every year. Every year, that parking lot gets more and more full. People going before they go to work, people going after they come home from work. I mean, it's happening. And this is some of the reasons why it's stemming from it. Okay, here we go. Here's a big one. It's going to be the last one. All right. Addiction and mental health. A lot of people don't like to hear addiction. Addiction and mental health. This is the information that's out. I'm reading from the information. Here we go. The caffeine and sugar in sodas can be addictive, leading to increased consumption and dependency. Additionally, excessive sugar intake is linked to mental health issues such as depression and anxiety. I've been saying it for months and months. That sugar, these things are shrinking our brain. The ultra-processed food, they are shrinking our brain, causing us to have depression and anxiety. I know about the anxiety. Why? Because I actually began having anxiety later in my life. And many of you have heard me say this, man, I was a state trooper. Walk into a house knowing somebody's in there with a gun. Walk into the house. I didn't have anxiety. But in my older age, things started really affecting me and I started getting anxiety. I'm like, oh, whoa, come on. Man, what's going on with my chest? Why is my heart fluttering like this? Man, I'm just saying, y'all, we got to start protecting our temples. Start protecting our body. So now that we have the information, now that we know what to do, now that we know what it's doing to us, make a point. Make your own drinks. If you have to have a drink, make your own drink. Make a natural drink. Go juice. You take your favorite fruit and juice it. I know it's expensive because you're taking all of that fruit and only getting a glass out. If you got to make your own tea, make your own tea. Instead of letting somebody else make your tea, put it in a bottle, it sits in the bottle for 3-4 months, goes and sits in the refrigerated section, it's going to absorb the plastic, all the stuff that's leached out into it, those things like that. Hey, make your own tea and keep it in a bottle in your refrigerator. Take it with you if you have to make your own tea. So find ways to overcome what they are selling us and what we are spending our money on. If you can find ways to do that, that's all the better off that you are. These sugary drinks are not benefiting our health. We are paying these companies to damage our bodies. And see, that makes no sense. That makes no sense that we will pay somebody to damage our body. And I know they're going to say moderation, but as I say again, hey, moderation can kill you. Moderation will moderate your life every day. So, hey, I really do for you all. I hope that this is, like I said, I hope that it's good for you. I hope, as I say every time, I hope this was a wealth of information for you. I hope you can go and research this stuff for yourself. Go back up, go find and research if what I'm saying is true. Hey, go look at it for yourself and you will see it. So once again, for those of you all who wasn't on in the beginning, hey, my documentary is about to be released tomorrow. If you all please would support that. It will give back to what I'm doing, allow us to buy computers, cameras, things like that. But it's a real journey of my life. And I know for sure, trust me, I've watched it over and over. It is inspiring. I didn't know that it would be that inspiring. Listen, I mean, I'm not going to say that. Just trust me. It's a really good documentary. And I'm sure that it will prove itself to be a good documentary. If you get the documentary and you get the download to the documentary, hey, please tell people about it. Please share it with people because I believe it really will impact people's life because many people were just like me. And if they can see what I did, if I can walk them through that journey, it'll inspire them to do it too. All right. So anyway, hope this has been great. Hey, hope you just got some information. Stay away from those beverages that they are fixing for us. They are concocting for us. And, make your own stuff. Go natural. Do your own natural thing. All right. It's the journey. More and more dialysis clinics being built in Dayton, Ohio. Yes, they're being built everywhere. I'm just not going to say the name of the brand that's down here. I do that so that I don't get myself into some trouble. But they're being built everywhere. And it just goes to show you the more ultra processed food being made, the more these practices pop up. See, the hospitals aren't taking care of that stuff anymore. They're farming it out. Our health is being farmed out. Money is being made off of our health. So I think that's important for us to know. So anyway, I'm going to try to bring you something again tomorrow night. Last night, I wasn't able to do anything. We were finishing up on the documentary. Been working on it all day today, getting everything cleaned up, and we're going to be ready to go tomorrow, and I will be posting those links. I believe that the first 1,000 people who download the documentary is going to get 15% off of the download, and it's not expensive. I mean, I'm not some big production, so it's not expensive at all, but hopefully, just please show some support, and I thank you all, and I'll see you all on the next video tomorrow, hopefully. All right, you all take care. Hey, today is the best day to change your life. All right, bye-bye.